Well, welcome to Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. That is your pit area here at AT&T Park in San Francisco, California. There's the Bay, and here are your hosts, Jason Weigandt and Jim Holley. Good news, folks. The sunshine is shining down on us. We do not expect a mud race for once in San Francisco. It should be nice.
You know, that's a real treat for not only the fans but also the riders to come here to San Francisco and not have to deal with the water. The mechanics, I'm sure they're loving it right now because they don't have to deal with the mud on the motorcycles. But it's going to be great. Like you said, hey, Giants, we're here at AT&T Park. I always buy a baseball for Jared every stadium that I go to. So I'm excited to be here. I mean, look, I even wore shorts. I mean, to tell you that, you know, I'm glad the sun is out right now, and I think we're going to see some great racing. We're going to see the West guys come back. That'll be interesting. They had a weekend off last week in Houston, you know, with the East starting up and Porcel, what a ride he had. But it'll be interesting to see if Dungey can make it 3 in a row. It'll be interesting to see if Jason Lawrence can win his first of the 09 season running his own team. It'll be interesting to see if Trey Kennard comes back because we missed him in the last round. He had that crash in Phoenix and didn't make A2. So the West should be back in full form.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that lights race. It should be good. And remember, Jason Lawrence got his first win here last year, and that set fire basically at his program. He was able to come back and win the title. So this is a pivotal race for those guys. But let's talk about the big class and the Supercross division. James Stewart looking more like the old James Stewart in Houston. I guess the real question is, did he just have that particular track dialed, or is everything about to start going James Stewart's way?
You know, I think that each and every weekend he gets a little faster and gets a little bit more acclimated to the bike. We've talked about it in the past, and I know that this week here that he was at the Yamaha test track in California. He doesn't go back home, so they're staying in California. They're trying to get that bike dialed. You know, it was unfortunate that I saw Chad. Chad struggled a little bit in Houston last week, and he struggled in practice. He struggled in his lap times. If you remember, Villapoto had second fastest lap time in that second practice. Villapoto gets his first podium, so he's going to be strong. Andrew Short, he's going to be strong here, I think. He's looking to get back on the podium. He hasn't been on a podium since Anaheim won. You know, what can you say? Unless he's getting those starts, but he's finishing in the top 10, but the back half, he's finishing 9ths and 8ths and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see if he can, you know, stay into that top 5. And what about Millsaps? We're still waiting for him to get his first podium of the year. Kevin Wyndham's already had one, but he struggled last week in Houston. But, you know, nobody's going to be struggling this weekend in San Francisco. We got sunshine. We got a great track. Something interesting about the track, though, in the past is that you're going to see a lot of rocks. Before they bring in the dirt here, they put down a 3/4 inch base rock. Well, with all the mud races we've had, when you scoop it up, it kind of gets mixed in. So, you know, rocks could be a factor tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a lot of guys wearing some handguards because that roost does hurt coming off a 450 or a lights bike for that matter. Those little 3/4 rocks hurt those knuckles.
They're still going to be happy, though, because it will not be raining. There's almost no chance of that, and as you can see behind us, the track's actually been watered a little bit, which normally they just let the heavens take care of that. So it should be a great weekend of racing. Stay tuned with us all day long here on SupercrossOnline.com.